Types of assessment. In this video, we are going to explain these types of assessment: direct, indirect, subjective, objective, formative, and summative assessment.
Direct assessment. Direct assessment involves looking at the student's performance by examining samples of students' work. Just remember, a student demonstrates learning. As an example, we have the student is presenting in front of the class and the teacher. The teacher observes and qualifies the student's performance depending on their knowledge. Indirect assessment. Indirect assessment is gathering information about a student's learning by looking at indicators of learning. Provide additional information about what students are learning. Remember, a student describes their learning. As a clear example, we have an interview. The teacher is looking at evaluating the knowledge of the participant. The teacher demonstrates respect for the student in the assessment.
Subjective assessment. Subjective assessment is when the teacher does not have established evaluating method as a rubric, and his or her grading is based on his or her own opinion of the student. Subjective assessment is often assumed to be unstable or biased. For example, when the teacher is looking for a student to participate. I need a participant. Who could pass and know the right answer? I need somebody that was putting attention. Let's see. Nope. No, definitely not. Let's go back here. Bingo! She's my girl. She's very responsible. I will give her a 10 every day. In subjective assessment, the teacher might be surprised sometimes. Objective assessment. Objective assessment has the virtue of being reliable and the reputation of being fair. Usually, a rubric is part of the process of giving a grade. Students are evaluated in a standardized way, with a solid criteria previously established. Some examples of criteria could be teamwork, oral expression, fluency, or body language. Instructors often prefer to rely on objective assessment as a basis for grading.
Formative assessment. The goal of formative assessment is to monitor students' learning, to provide ongoing feedback that can be used by instructors to improve their teaching and by students to improve their learning. Formative assessments are used continuously during the course or lesson unit. It helps students to identify their strengths and weaknesses and target areas that students need to work. With formative assessment, the teacher can recognize students' comprehension or understanding of the content. Formative assessment activities can provide opportunities for learners to acquire, accumulate, and develop knowledge and skills in progression until the highest level of mastery is achieved. Summative assessment. Summative assessment is used to evaluate students' learning, skill acquisition, and academic achievement at the conclusion of an instructional period, typically at the end of a project, unit, course, semester, program, or school year. It is used to measure students' competency. It is also used for grading and promotion on to the next grade level.